alam mo ba nung pagkatapos ko mag-uwi, lipit naman yung konsay ko. Nahimagin ko yung mga pinapos. Kasi pag buntis ko, yung mga pigilan na ano talaga yung
Nagisip yung mga ginagawa mo.
nung tapos na ako mag-uwi, na-imagine ko yung kalaman. Ano parang ano,
Sorry ka naman.
nagbago yung pakikisama ko sa kanya. Basta parang ano, hindi na yung katulad dati na ayaw ko siya makita. Gusto ko nag-gusto na kita. Ano, pagkatapos.
Guess what? That's his family rodeo.
Hindi ko ayaw ko na siyang wala sa akin.
That's alright.
May first time ko pa. Tapos hindi ko talaga yan. Hindi.
Ito lang naman.
I don't find that funny.
Kasi ayaw ko na dapat sa likod.
Hi guys,
Cowboy.
Alright, welcome to the rodeo meeting.
what's going on?
Bathroom. Yeah, somebody graffitied the bathroom to say dildo. I know what that is. I know what a dildo is. It's a play on words with my name and I do not appreciate it.
Ayaw mo ba?
Yes, don't do it. Don't sexualize my name.
Nakita ko rin naman na.
Now, how are we gonna fix the crazy
Napakasipag
horse?
niya talaga ng trabaho.
Hey, we don't break horses, we ride them.
Mapapakali
Well, what's the difference?
Okay, guys, listen, hear her out. Mom's cool. This is her first rodeo. Go ahead.
Anyone there?
Cool, too. Now, round of compliments and resentment. I can't cash this paycheck. On account, I ain't got no bank account. Now, our last boss, Eddie, I can't cash this paycheck. On account, I ain't got no bank account. Now, our last boss, Eddie, well, he paid me off in a little hooch and a little Gucci.
What the hell, man? Yeah, Eddie set up a direct deposit for me.
Where is he anyway? Who's this Eddie?
Okay, I have an announcement to make. Eddie is dead. Well, that is what we should assume because this is the Baskets family rodeo, not the Eddie family rodeo.
That's right. Oh, hell no. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go home and iron my socks.
Hey, now, we're not finished with this meeting.
Baskets. What a joke.
That was a good meeting.
Kami, hirap na hirap kami dati.
We don't know what we're doing with this rodeo.
Alam mo yung
Let me get Eddie back.
bubuhay lang kami sa
Oh, I wanted this to be a family thing, our thing.
I know that, but you gotta listen. I need to go find Eddie.
maliligo lang kami.
Baskets. Honey, I'm gonna go home and iron my socks.
Hey, now, we're not finished with this.
Is commenting working here or no?
Kasi yung trabaho
Can you guys comment? Maybe you have to restart? I don't know. Hey babe? Babe,
Oh,
do you have to allow commenting on the live?
yeah. No, it's fine.
Automatic?
Yeah.
Maybe with yours, but not mine. I don't know. There's 9 people watching, 3 thumbs up, and no comments.
Okay, I will look.
Is that normal? Oh, actually, I could look too. Let's see. 14 viewers, no comments. Normally someone says hello. Ah, there, oh yeah, okay. All right. Hi, Dave.
Somebody's watching me. It's my...
Okay. Hello, Anonymous. How are you? How are you and where are you? What country? Passing Shadow. Hello, how are you? You're around. Okay. Any general hemisphere? Asia, Eastern Europe, North America,
Na burger, tsaka dessert.
or is that too specific?
Nagugusbang din ako.
Parehas tayo.
Ano, kasi di ba pag may pagkain sa mga bar, may tao din like pag nagutom, mag-order din sila. Kasi may ibang bar na walang pagkain kaya lilipat na lang sa ibang bar, di ba? So, yun yung technique niya. Kahit yung kita sa amin lang, tas ano pa yun, libre kami sa drinks. Kahit
Oh, retracted Vegas. Uh-oh.
ilang drinks.
Already?
Oo, kahit ilang drinks yung inumin namin.
Already got it retracted, huh?
Depende sa customer. Kasi mahal yung ano ba, mahal yung bayad.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. We're back at the KUBO. Really trying to get this house project done. Ray says hopefully a week, which would be really nice. We're gonna stick with Ray's original design because the whole build is based on his plan. So we were getting a little carried away.
Naka-short ka naman na nun.
Kakalimutan ko talaga mga kalimutan. Kalimutan ko. Sabay nga tayo bumili ng...
So we're just gonna stick with Ray's plan. And I talked to Ray.
Sabi ko magsusuot ka na. Hindi.
Yeah, the bamboo's nice. Yeah.
Alam mo yung usong panty dati na nagaganon? Yung ganito eh. Ganun yung binili mo sa akin. All black.
Dallas, welcome. Yeah, things are good. We just went through 2 typhoons. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. Just went through 2 typhoons. We lost a few banana trees and a couple papaya trees, and that seemed to be pretty much a nice stinky poo. Okay, that stuff very strong. It is. So the 45-mile-an-hour winds didn't bother the bamboo house. It's brand new, so it's strong. Obviously, it can flex a bit with wind and stuff, and it doesn't get bothered. So, other than that, lived in the Philippines about 7 years. Wow, the storm. Well, the storm wasn't too bad for us, but I think it was bad for the people up north. They're the ones that got really hammered. Up around Davao, Baguio. The Baguio area, they got hit pretty hard. So, last I heard there was 260 fatalities. I don't know if that's... I'm sure that's gone up since I heard that number. Ah, salut, comment tu vas? Bah, tu habites en Allemagne, mais tu parles français. Bah, c'est pas mal. Et anglais aussi, j'imagine. Donc ça, c'est cool. This cannot be live now. Okay. Yeah, yes, Baguio is the north, and that's where they had like 150-mile-an-hour winds. So I don't think they had a lot of fun. English, German, and French. Bah, ça c'est bien. Je fais des études en Allemagne en lycée, mais j'ai oublié tout. Donc, depuis que j'ai appris français, j'ai oublié, j'ai oublié les autres. Engineer, I did study mechanical engineering. Yes, Bohol Island. So, near Cebu. Yeah, it's not bad lighting. I think it's a 20 watt. I think it's a 20 watt LED. Might be 30. But yeah, it puts out a lot of good light. Yeah, well, I like German. But yeah, I guess the grammar is, well, I mean, French is not easy either. Especially with the masculine, feminine, especially when it comes to fruits and vegetables. Like, I get the general. Basically, if it's here's what I figured out. If the fruit or vegetable is a bit like spiky, spicy, sharp, could cut you, something like that, it's masculine. And if it's soft, it's feminine. Pineapple is masculine. Pepper is masculine, for examples. So something that's prickly, it could poke you, cut you. If it's got a sharp flavor, it's masculine. But when it comes to like a spoon and une cuillère, okay, so a spoon is feminine. Un couteau, so knife is masculine. It cuts, it's masculine. It seems kind of a general thing. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Well, use Marley. You're definitely a clever person, understanding that level of complexity in the languages. That's pretty cool. I wish, like, my father can speak, well, not anymore, but he used to know several languages. Greek, Hebrew, Latin, German, French, Russian, but I don't know. I just have too much going on. So we're originally from U.S. Marley. Where are you originally from? And thanks for coming. I enjoy conversations like this. This is actually, the girls are outside having lady chat. So I was like, try to see if I can have any. Then again, you might be a lady, so I don't know. But that didn't go in the direction I was expecting. Yeah, I'm glad we're okay. Obviously, we rode it out. We rode out the first typhoon in the KUBO here because if it got really bad, we would just jump in the Pajero, our 4x4, which is, I mean, it's not going to get blown away by a typhoon. And then that way we could recover things as quickly as possible the morning after the typhoon. But it turned out just to be like, yeah, it knocked down some trees. We could hear it. I mean, you could feel the KUBO, like, with the buffering of the wind. You could feel it like that. All man here, okay. So, yeah, you could feel the wind buffering the KUBO, like you could, just a little bit. So, and then there were a few times when I heard the roof. The roofing is made out of grass, based some kind of, or palm leaves or something. I don't know. But each of those panels is about 1 foot, maybe a little bit bigger than 1 by 1 foot square, and each panel is 10 pesos. So there's somebody out. Well, there's a lot of people. Yes, my mosquito jacket. So there's people throughout the Philippines, obviously, who stitch these together, these roofing panels, for 10 pesos each. You can buy you can do the math on that, but no, it's a National Geographic jacket. Certainly the cheapest jacket I've ever bought, and almost one of my favorites, to be honest. I like it a lot. It snowed in New York today. Well, November. I mean, I guess that's about right, isn't it? Much respect. Well, thanks. The 145, I don't think the KUBO would have survived that one. I'm sure it wouldn't have. I think the main part of it probably would have, but we would have lost the roof, I'm sure, and then had everything wet, so water damage as well, and then could have probably put a metal roof on after. But that would be suicide to stay in a KUBO for 100 and, well, no, it wasn't 145, it was 155 actually. So what? That's like about 300 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that would have been really hard. Yeah. the first one was compared to Odette, and so you can see through here. This is the front. Like, this is basically shaped. This is basically the size of a Airstream trailer. It's 8 feet wide, 20 feet long, and the front does not have wall that way or this way. So I think the bamboo, like this stuff, would diffuse a lot of it, and then the rest would kind of blow through, and it wouldn't like be super bad. But 155, nah, the roof would have come off. I think the structure itself would have been fine. Walls would have been fine. It's not gonna like fly apart, but we would have lost the roof, I'm sure. 155, sorry, I keep saying 145, but it was 155. Yeah. Yeah, I did get in fact, I gotta undo those. I've got the solar panel strapped down right now. Yep. Those are the solar panels there. And they've got tie-down straps on them, and I haven't taken them down yet. But yes, and then I was going to park the Pajero 4x4, sorry, the 4x4 in front of the KUBO, and I bought 2 really big tie-down straps. So I was going to strap the front of the KUBO to the Pajero and have the Pajero basically be like a diffuser for the wind. But I ended up just parking the Pajero sideways in front of it, and it was fine. Back in the day, I lived in the Philippines. Well, what part? Have you worked in global production management? No, I haven't, but I've worked in global auto transportation. Collector cars, because I bought and sold collector cars for the majority of my life internationally. So I imported collector cars from the US into France and Europe. I love it too, and you know what? You wake up in the morning, that's the sunrise is right there. So the sun comes up right here. You have the sun coming in through the bamboo. It always feels like vacation. And we do have healthy food. The majority of what we eat comes from the market, and the majority of that is local, as in Philippines. Some of the exotic fruits come from China, like the apple pears, and it's exactly how it sounds. Ron, there we are. Oh, thank goodness. So far so good though. Apple pear, so it's shaped like an apple. Tastes exactly like a mix between an apple and a pear, and it's amazing. But off-grid setup works great. It works great. I've got 3 keep on screwing this up. I think they're 880 watt panels, 3 of them. And then I've got a 24 volt, 100 amp hour battery and a 3000 watt, 3000 watt inverter. So it's great. We run a little fridge, all lights, fans, everything. Computer charger, gizmo chargers, everything's running off the solar. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, they are yummy. Yeah, you know those. So, yeah, I mean, the ladies are having a few drinks outside right now. So they're eating chips, junk food, which I consider to be the devil's food. Which is your favorite old timer? I don't know what that old timer. My favorite old timer? Maybe Steve McQueen and Peter Sellers are my favorite old timers. Well, yes, because I mean, for example, in Oregon, there's laws against collecting rainwater. Like
Saan yun? Sa
the government can tell you that what you can do with rain that falls on your property.
Hindi.
No, that's too much.
Hindi siya
That's too much.
sugal.
And out here, interestingly enough, from what I understand, in this area, if you build, you could build a cement house
saan mo yun?
without,
Nakaawa ka ng
darn it, what's it called? Without, not authorization, but, without, dang it, you have to have your plans stamped and approved and all this stuff without, doggone it. Anyway, so as long as you build and you're not connected to the grid, you don't need whatever the word is I'm trying to think of to do it. Vintage car. Okay. Wow. That's really hard. So I'm pretty eccentric on cars. Eclectic. I like the old Land Rovers. I like old French cars like Citroën DS. I'm a Porsche guy though. Like I've had probably 100 Porsches, maybe more, in the business. And all of them between, the oldest one was a 59 Speedster, but generally they were between 69 and 94. So I did have some newer and some older, but I'm definitely a Porsche guy. I also had a 1972 Mercedes 380 SEL convertible. That's the two-door V8, or no, 4.5? 4.5 I think it was, V8, yeah. So, old timers, man, I love so many old cars. I've had so many old cars. Love them all for many different reasons. I'll tell you what, the two that I never got tired of, so in the business of being a vintage car dealer, I've bought and sold and driven everything, right? The two cars that never ever, the two cars that every day I woke up and was excited to drive, an 88-inch Land Rover, 1960 Land Rover, aluminum body, and a Porsche 911. Those are the two that's just like, every day I'm excited. A Citroën DS, it's super cool, looks cool, but it's not something you really want to drive every day. A 911, it's easy daily driver. Yeah, ube is good. Yeah, from a root, and it's purple. No, not blueprints. It's approval. It's like government approval to build. It's well, anyway. I don't know what they call kit cars here. You really don't see many of them at all. There's a Myers, well, it's not a Myers Manx, but there's a Manx style buggy in Tagbilaran that I was interested in. But it's been plastered over so many times. I don't know how many layers are on top of the fiberglass with cracks everywhere. It's just too much of a mess. Yes, I did. I did go to the Stuttgart Museum, the new one. I have a picture of myself by the number 8, 1974 RSR, 911 RSR, silver. What else? And then I went to the Ferrari Museum as well, because I bought a Porsche Turbo in Inverness. No, not Inverness. Verona, Italy. I bought a 2011 911 twin turbo. Back from there, I stopped by the Ferrari. That was kind of cool, but pulling into the Ferrari parking with the 911 was kind of funny. Yeah, you don't see a lot of really interesting stuff here in the Philippines as far as old cars. Yep, Maranello, you got it. spot on.
Okay lang. Kasi dapat,
Yep.
yung kasi iba,
In fact, let me see. I've got the picture right here. Look,
yung Bulacan
this is not even staged. Check this out.
siya, naka-discount siya. Kaya big
This is my desktop.
lang nabigay.
There it is.
Grabe. Pero, sagot naman natin lahat ng PCR test, ganito, ganyan.
Let me move these out of the way for you.
Pagkain. Hindi, ang pagkain sa kanila na.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yung usapan nila, pagkain sa kanila na.
Uh-oh.
Sa amin.
Is that just going to make a mess? Anyway, yeah, that's the one I bought in Verona. That's yours truly. Gosh, what happened there? Oh boy. What the heck? Did I just double everything?
Bagay-bagay na. Alam mo yung curious sa
Oh no.
kita sa kanila, basic lang.
Okay, anyway, yeah, this is the Maranello Ferrari right here. But it was funny the looks I got driving in there.
Isang bagay na about sa mga
Oh crap, what have I done? You know, this is a brand new... Oh, I see. Okay, no. I only took those up there, that's fine. Here's some other stuff I had. I had 3 or 4 of these Triumph TR3s. I restored this one myself. 1960 VW ragtop, pop-out windows, 1835cc engine. It was fast. Someone with a Acura VTEC, Acura Integra. What was that one? It was fancy at one time. VTEC something. Anyway, kept insisting to race, and I kept blowing his doors off, and he's like, "But it's not possible. It's a Volkswagen." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's built." So,
May words na hindi ka familiar.
oh, here's the picture. Here's the picture without all the stuff. Yeah, what else? Car. Oh yeah, here's my Land Rover. So, when I bought this, it was literally in boxes. So, I mean, every single part was separate. I rebuilt it with all stainless fasteners. I galvanized the chassis, galvanized the front. Actually, I hand built this front bumper myself, by the way. I did the welding and rebuilt this exactly to the same specs as the original. But I left the body original because I love that patina. I mean, it's just like an old pair of jeans, you know. And this had the safari top with the safari skin, so obviously the sun hits that, and then you have airflow between that skin and the actual roof, which keeps it cool. This was a deluxe model, so you can tell by this is a deluxe hood. This was loaded for. It had all the jump seats. It had overdrive. What else? Electrical wipers, but you could also operate them manually. And I actually did start this with the hand crank while rebuilding the starter during winter. That was pretty rough. Hand starting this beast in winter. Anyway, let's get back to chat. Once you get me into cars, I'm you know. Okay.
Wow, your English is so good.
Yeah, I can say some things, and I can say makhlaba, makhlaba, Indi Benshir, which I believe means hello. I have a flat tire. Have you ever been at the European Bug-In? No, Chimay. So that would be in Belgium, right? I have not. Man, I was such a VW guy. I had a 21 window sunroof bus that used to be a school bus in Alaska. It was the school bus, and I drug it from Alaska back to Oregon. Hey, just stay in your little cage, buddy. Just stay in your cage. You sound like you're exactly where you belong. And don't think about going anywhere else. By the way, very happily married with a beautiful baby. Series 3 109, yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to put a Mercedes diesel engine in those, though. Always. Mine was the... Yeah, the 6-cylinder was kind of a dream. I had the would it be 2.5? No. 2-liter? Man, I don't remember now. Dang it. But yeah, I had the little 4-cylinder, so... Yeah, I mean, they judge, they don't... They just, you know... They probably haven't left their high school town and that sort of stuff. So, I'm very happily married. No relationship is perfect, but it's... I can't imagine it being better. And our son is like magic to me. So, as far as pervert goes, not really. I'm just pretty regular dude who wants a family and likes cars. And actually, they're probably projecting, because people who post something like that, they probably have pretty strange issues, I would guess. Otherwise, it wouldn't come into their mind, is my opinion. I don't know. Like, that's not what I think when I generally see couples, Western dudes with Filipinas. Yeah, just living, yeah, exactly. We try to help the community as much as possible. My wife is always doing charitable stuff for the community, food donation stuff, raffles for wash machines and solar this and whatever, you know. So, yeah, whatever. At least you're middle-aged, yeah. For now anyway, Ron. That's going to change quickly though, isn't it? Yeah. I think... Yeah. Yeah, mail order bride. Oh my gosh. It's like, dude, 50 years ago called and wants its criticism back. It's like, times have changed. I mean, number one, they're not mail order at all. They're not, like my wife and her friends, none of them want to escape the Philippines and live in the West. None of them. They're happy here. They love the Philippines. They love their home. That's old, man. That's so old, that crap. That mail order stuff. It's like totally. And then you know what? It's a lot of guys from... I love the movie doggone it. Is it Full Metal Jacket or is it... It's not Jacob's Lab. The one about the Asian girl who says, I love you long time, $5 or something. I mean, it's like, dude, how old is that movie? And you're still, like, those times are so gone. Thank you, Pedro, and thank you for your support of Jahan's house project and our family and all. Thank you. St. Thomas, that sounds very interesting, that kind of life. This guy is very lost. Okay, Cody. You probably know. Yeah, those comments. What else? Yeah, like, oh, the green card one. That's another one. Oh, she just wants the green card. I was literally... So we've been married for 3 years, together for almost 7. I go to the U.S. every year to visit family. When I was there, I said, you know what, babe? Maybe we could try living in the U.S., but it would have to be off-grid. And my wife says, nope, I'm not living there. Heck no. Like, she doesn't want to go. You know what? People are seeing what's going on in social media. Look at Tony from LC Signs. I mean, he's showing the disillusion or the denigration of Western culture in general. And traditional third world people, in other words, traditional value people, are looking at that going, this is like a circus of insanity, what they're seeing on social media about what's going on in the West. They don't want to have any part of that.
Sa generation niya.
Yes, Paige, you're absolutely right. Unfortunately, the big issue for them is food, and I've tried. So I told the mom, I said, Heidi, if you want to grow vegetables here, use our land, grow stuff. I mean, you can feed your family with it. Put in a tilapia pond to raise fish, and you can feed your family. I'm more than happy. You do the work here, grow whatever you want, and feed your family with it. But it's just a challenge, though. Nanotechnology, I don't like it. If you're talking about like graphene and self-assembling nanobots and all that crap, I'm definitely not into that. So, it's completely okay to rig up solar setup. Yes, I've set up two. Both of our family house is also 100% solar, much bigger system. Much bigger system. This is kind of like our beach house, but we're living here because we're doing this house build charity project. I brought my wife to the U.S. for 2 years. She hated it. Exactly. And she said it's boring. Exactly. I couldn't imagine bringing my wife to the U.S. She'd be bored out of her mind. Last time I was there, it's like, you don't see anyone anywhere. No one's doing anything, unless it's like a garage sale or a community event. Other than that, it's like the neighborhoods feel like cemeteries. It's like no one's doing anything. It's so, here you go around. In fact, today we were just in Trinidad, and for the first time, Jaja's best friend here, Mian, said, let's walk along the beach. And we're like, okay. For the first time we did it, and it's like people everywhere. There's, food carts set up, right? People riding bike. And Vincent had his bicycle because I took it to the bike shop. Vincent's riding his bicycle up and down, just loving it. Living life, And it's today's a Tuesday. I'm sorry to hear of your experience. I'm not reveling in your bad experience. I apologize for that. It's only that this generalization of how Filipinos just can't wait to leave the Philippines and go to a Western country just ain't true anymore. I mean, there are, I'm sure, but generally that's not what I've heard from any of my wife's friends. Yeah, Maritas, yeah. Well, yeah, they'll have drinks, they'll sing karaoke, they'll laugh, joke around. I mean, sorry, but the West is Metro Budo Dodo. Transportation, work, and sleep. Again and again and again. No children outside playing no fiestas. Don't really follow that one, bro. There's no fiestas around here right now, although there's some coming. Yeah, the fiestas are okay. I don't know. I got over it. I've been to a couple. It's cool once in a while. But the thing is, if you walk around, especially as a Western person, everybody's going to be offering you tanduay and drinks, and you want to be polite, you want to be kind, you want to be friendly, you don't want to say no. So you'll end up getting pretty hammered. I do like to cook, but I don't know how to cook here because it's just not my ingredients.
What is it called?
Motorsports. I like motorsports. So, Yeah.
No, we have a long day. Parang
The U.S. is.
ang tagal daw ng
I mean, I
araw
love the
natin sa
people.
Tagalog.
I love the people,
We have
but
a long
the
day.
life
Ito, bago tayo makapunta
just can't
doon,
really do it.
Tapos sa pagbalik natin,
Scotch. I know, but I'm half Scottish, so yep.
Eh, di ba kung hindi ko pa
But I do like bourbon.
matutulog hanggang ngayon. Oo nga. Di ba yung naili ko lang? Ganun-ganun na ng mata.
See, you're right, Pedro. And I was in the military at Nellis Air Force Base,
Parang irritable yung
and
ganyan, ganyan.
during the time of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that came out while I was there, and that's how it was. It was like you go into a casino, and you just walked into this massive party, a massive party. Everyone just a massive party. I haven't been there
Kaya nga sinasabi ko,
since those times,
tinanong si Vince,
but we went to some. Let's see, where did we go? Oh, we went to Resorts World Casino, which is like the biggest one in Manila, and then we went to another really, it's a 6-star hotel in Cebu, and it was so boring. We walked in, it's just people sitting at tables gambling, and that's it. Nothing else. No, like, you know,
Wala kasi, may iba silang kwarto talaga. Kwarto.
Buna Habahan. Now that one,
bukod talaga.
okay, so
Di ba napaisip ka din ba?
as far as Scotch goes, I like Monkey Shoulder, I like Jura.
Kasi ano siya,
As far as bourbon,
sila yung
I guess Four Roses.
Pa yung
What's the other one? There's another one I really like, a bourbon. I had a friend in the U.S. that was really into bourbon, so he kind of got me interested in it. And but yeah. Then again, I really don't drink hard alcohol, except for very rare and special occasions.
mga nasa isang taon.
All country has pros and cons. Yeah, they do, Alexander. All countries do have pros and cons, but some have a lot more pros and a lot more cons, or a lot less cons and a lot more pros, or whatever. You know, I mean, you can't say that it's all equally good or bad. I mean, some places just really suck, you know. Some places suck more than others. Some places are bad. You know, it's not perfect in the Philippines at all. There's lots of irritations with stuff, but I still prefer it to any alternative that I know.
Hindi ko,
Old Yeller Bourbon. Yeah, I probably had it, but I don't know that one. Peppy Van Winkle, man, you are a pro on that.
di ba lang hindi ko katabi asawa, sa Pinay kasi di ba iba
Oh,
yun?
iba kasi.
Di ba lang hindi ko katabi asawa ko? Basta katabi ko lang yung anak ko.
Ako iba kasi ako. Parang mas gusto ko baka tayong asawa ko.
Yeah, I haven't been to Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas since the 90s, since the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but
Hindi naman.
um
Si Vincent kasi noon,
uh
nasa
I mean,
10,
special occasion, you throw me a nice cigar, I'm not going to say no.
I mean ba kasi
But I don't look for cigars. However,
nasa 1 years old na siya.
however,
sa ibang bansa, baby pa. Mga,
I can
hindi pa kaya
just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hindi ko talaga kayang,
Wait na, nakikita ko, babe. Nakikita
hindi ko kayang matulog nang wala yung,
Tapos, babe,
hindi ko
meron pa.
makikita.
Meron pa. Ano sa ibang bansa. Ito pa yung napanood ko na, ano ako. Yung bata, ito, marunong maglakad. Marunong nang bumaba ng crib.
Yun yung hindi ko.
Putik na yan. Nalaglag talaga yung bata. Tapos iyak na iyak. May wala man lang makad. Yung mga tao. Iba-iba ang ano ng tulog. Merong ibang sobrang lalim. Matulog. Meron namang tulog manok lang. Isang kubot lang. Isang agad.
Kaya kami, hindi kami nagtitrip talaga pag marunong nang mag-blind yung bata.
Iba talaga ang pagtulog.
Kami, ano siya,
Pangit ako ng ano nila.
1 year and 9 months na siya noon.
Mas
Ano naman siya,
matatanggap ko pa. Wait lang.
maglakad, gano'n.
Mas matatanggap ko pa. Kanyari, ito ha. For example, dyan yung kayo mag-asawa. Mas tanggap ko pa. Tapos andito yung anak ko. Hindi matatanaw lang.
Hindi. Siya kasi, marunong siya maglakad. So, pagka gutom siya, pwede lang siya.
Let me show you what's going on outside real quick.
Hindi kasi siya may hindi. Sa ibang bansa kasi ko, kunyar dyan. Diyan kayo nakakama. Tapos yung
They're having a deep,
Tapos marunong
deep Bulacan chat. Okay, so where did I put that? Doggone it. Oh, there it is.
bata, marunong bumaba na. Tapos biglang
Hindi
lalabas.
marunong bumaba, marunong umakyat. Pero hindi marunong
Biglang bababa. Tapos walang ilaw.
So regarding cigars,
Basta ako ganun.
actually I would have to say the answer is yes, because this is called Lumboy, so this is natural, organic, Filipino cigar. So you have that. This is a dried leaf called Lumboy from a tree, which also has nice fruit, similar to a cherry in a way. And here you got your organic tobacco. Now, you can roll up the tobacco just like a cigar, but that's not what I do.
Sabi ha,
Yeah, our baby's knocked out. God bless him. He rode his bike a lot today and he was so happy, which makes me happy. Honda ADV, yes, we have 3 because they're awesome. We have red, black, and white.
walang buwan. Pero, Nick, siyempre sa mga lalaki, ganun na ganun mo nun.
So you take your leaf,
Magsasarili na nga yun. Pagka ako, pag wala talaga ako sa si Ivan, never talaga nakakaranas sa
like so.
everyday may ganyan. Promise. Simula nung
Oh, I love Japan. I've been there a couple times.
Yun ang sabi ni Aaron. Sinabi sa akin ni Aaron, sabi niya.
Is there a lot of single girls out there for us single?
Sabi nila,
I mean, yeah, but you know, depends on what you're looking for.
di ba sabi ko sa kanya,
My advice is be a nice, honest, authentic person, and yeah, you'll be fine. You know, try not to be one of the minority who gives some Western people bad names. Well, that's the thing. I don't really smoke, you know. It's like, by the way, Japan, so the first time I went to Japan, true story, was to buy a 1973 Porsche 911 RS Carrera 2.7 liter. And I paid what did I pay? 160? I think I paid 160,000 and sold it for 320. And it was an exceptional car. I mean, it was definitely that was a jackpot there as far as a find. But yeah, Japan was awesome.
alam mo ba, naka-UTI ako, hindi ko kayang gumana. Alam mo yung tatayo ako, makabalaktot lang ako ganyan.
Yeah, James. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go off camera here for a second to abide by YouTube. What do I know? No one said anything. I didn't see anything anyway.
Maranasan mo magka-UTI, isusunta mo. Alam mo yung, mararamdaman mo. Muntik na ako nun. Muntik na ako.
hospital siya sa Narsaga.
Ang tawag ito, nararanasan mo ba yung mararamdaman mo? Hindi ka. Makakaiwan.
Yeah, same Pedro. I'm not into the nightclub stuff anymore. I'll go.
Patak, sobrang
Like if somebody invited me, I would go. But
Talagang maranasan.
ay, talaga.
yep,
Biga, kada ihi kita po.
not into that.
Ito na, diba? Kaya maya na, ayaw na nung tapos. Yung bunga ko po. Nakadaman na ako inihi kasi maranas ko na. Hindi, siyempre mataga ka po.
Yeah, it was a nice profit.
Naramdaman ko na eh.
Definitely.
Samahan mo na ako sa sakyan. Lakad, diba, punta ka dyan. motor, nilakad ko, bigang tuloy. Alam mo, para akong kuba. Tapos ganyan yung hakbang ko, ganyan talaga. Siyempre, ilang oras ka pa mag-aantay doon kasi maraming antay.
Well, Alexander, now that car's worth close to $1 million, I think. I mean, this is back in 2013. No, it was definitely worth what I sold it for. I just got a good deal. Thanks, babe. It's tobacco. %100% organic, so it's good. Well, I'm allowed to open, I think, pretty much any kind of business because I have a family visa. I have the marriage visa, 13A. Doesn't sound very exciting, but we're thinking about opening a wash machine and dryer place. Well, I turned that fan off a little bit hastily. Don't need air conditioning, but fan is definitely nice. Well, they do a Spanish ribeye here that's really good. I think the Brazilian is also good. Yeah, I think it is good business out here. Yeah, the bakery, it's so hard to make money, especially if you're doing quality stuff. So many shops open up. They start out doing really nice food, and then they degrade quickly. We went to a restaurant not far from here. We thought it was going to be our new favorite restaurant, and we went there a second time, and nothing was the same. It was horrible, and that's kind of typical. They find out that it's just too expensive to provide quality products, unfortunately. So you have to be in a touristy area like Alona to make something like that work. And I don't want to live in Alona. We lived there already, and it's enough. But yeah, you're definitely keeping up, Pedro. My wife does really good French pastries, actually. We supplied cafes and restaurants with desserts and baguettes. She did really nice baguettes, but of course I like lechon. But slightly better than lechon is liempo. Have you ever had that? That's like bacon times 1,000. Certainly not something you want to eat every day, I would imagine. Yeah, they have pandesal here, obviously from the Spanish, and my wife absolutely loves that. I'm gonna have to turn that fan back on.
Nakikita mo talaga na kahit konti-konti lang iniihi niya. Parang kasi ako yung natatakot.
Hindi yan talaga makakatulog. Iyak lang yan, iyak lang.
Hindi pa naman sa UTI. Kumbaga,
Papunta pa lang.
papansin ko, kahit si mama sabihin, May, painumin niyo ng tubig yan kahit na
Well, it was not a Japanese spec model actually. It was
kasi
a left-hand drive
yun naman yung ihi.
imported into Japan in the 70s, and it had been there its whole life,
Kumakain na rin yun ng
and brought it back to France.
kumakain na rin iba ng mga ganyan. Sabi ko, dapat huwag niyong kakain.
Yeah, we're gonna plug this fan back in.
Ito kasi.
This is a little 12-watt fan up here,
Yung kumbaga pa ako.
which is perfect for solar. It gives just enough breeze. Perfect.
Sa bata, 6 months talaga.
Forged documents.
Pero ang sabi ko kay Lola kasi, kahit
Yeah, you're right, but it was not a Japanese spec car,
kahit medyo lagnawan mo lang kasi yung ihi na
which is why it sold for 320K in France. And now it's 900.
Kasi minsan talaga.
Actually, it is because I saw the car on a website that I follow,
Saan ko lang alam na.
and I told the seller, I said, yeah, I actually brought that car from Japan into Europe.
yung tae, yung
Depende rin
ihi,
sa kung mahirap.
Pork belly is awesome. Yeah, all that is really yummy.
makikita kung hiyang yung bata.
Hindi sobrang ganito lang. Eh ako simula ilang taon ako. Ilang taon ako din naalala mo yung dayap sa
True North Tropics PH. I'm gonna see if you have a channel. If you do, I'm gonna subscribe.
ako doon. Tingin sa akin. Naman na. Ang gagawin ko din, di ba? Ating subok na.
True
Gitna, no? Lalagyan ko ng
North
kasi sa ako.
Trop
Pero sa taon na
X PH.
nagkaroon ng UTI ng
Okay.
Yung talaga si Sila pag tumatanda.
Okay, bro.
pag kung ano na.
Subscribe.
Once na mag-anak ka, dun talaga papasok. Dun talaga,
Put on one of your videos so it gets registered on YouTube.
hindi ako
Hey,
gusto ng
how's it going? Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of
magamit ko muna yung sarili.
a lot of stuff, like opening a bank account. We did that. We've been looking at houses.
Yeah, watch your stuff, man.
We've been driving around,
Alam na, ang mahirap
getting
doon.
a motorcycle
Kita mo? Umiihi na ng dugo.
license on the
Protection
road.
talaga, napakalala.
That's a process
Yun ang
too.
mahirap
A lot of
Yeah, I went through the licensing process too.
Kasi
I have a
kapag
Filipino
wala
driver's
kang
license now.
Hindi ka na talaga yung makakalakad eh. Kaya po, sinisilip ko yung mga ako.
you have to go to a lot of different places to do
Kaya po,
Where are you at, by the way, before you take off?
like you would in like a first world country.
Jaja's sister is still at the home in Bulacan, family home. And she is coming back the 16th. So 5 days.
Alam mo siguro kung si Ate Princess, hindi pa rin sila Lola. Siguro maaga pa na.
Rodriguez Rizal. Okay.
Kasi sila kaya Randy,
Married? Married to Filipina?
sa mga sasabihin. Kasi puro sabihin talaga sila doon. Puro sabihin sa kahit yung lalaki. Naalala ko pa lang, hindi ko makalimutan first time ko siya nakita.
I have zero interest in new cars though, that's the thing. I'm an old car guy. 3 weeks. Wow. Already started a channel? Well, that's pretty good. Nice. Keep it going, bro. Married, Filipina? Yes, I guess. Any kids? Any chitlins? Was that not politically correct? I don't know. You know, I lived in Papua New Guinea for 1 year. I volunteered for a hospital there. And they call kids pickaninny.
Yung bata ako,
And apparently that's a derogatory term.
ang kulit ng buhok ng dulo. Kaya ang napipit sa akin lagi.
But, you know, travel the world and I guess you become less sensitive to all those things. 2, nice. Congrats. We got 1 now, 5 years old, beautiful boy. Love the stuffing out of him. He's definitely very strong-willed. He's got my wife's stubbornness and mine combined, so.
Nung unang nagalaw yung buhok ko, super relax dati na alam mo. Relax na ako. Kaya kaya, naisipan mo nang relax, bata pa ako ba?
Yeah, well, good for you, man.
Di bawal pa sa bata ko. Relax, napakatapang ng gamit mo. Mas matapang sa rin
A bit more work, yeah, but good. Once we get set up and stuff like that, I'm gonna start vlogging around, taking you guys with me, right? But for now, just giving you updates. Hopefully, I'm gonna go see a vehicle this weekend. Hopefully, purchase a vehicle, a truck, and then the house. Is
So
the
did you
next
buy a
step.
car? True North Tropics PH, did you buy a car yet?
Kapag ano, taon-taon ako nagpapalit.
I did quite a bit of research in that.
Pero yun to,
Definitely love the Toyota Land Cruisers and all those. Love the Nissan Pathfinders. They were all expensive and kind of rough. So we settled on a Pajero, Mitsubishi Pajero, and we've had that since, and it's a part of the family. I told my wife one day, I said, I think we're gonna, maybe we should sell it and use the money to build or something. She's like, no. Okay, that's fine. It's a family member now, and she's right out there.
Papa,
Of course, it's dark, you can't see her, but
buhok yun. Binatanon si Papa.
yeah, good old Pajero.
Nakapogi na maputi. Papa, imagine mo.
Okay, no one's chatting, so I'm gonna get a little tune-up here on the iced tea. Got some iced tea here. Well, anyway, let me know if you found a car. I'd obviously I like to talk cars, so yeah. Well, what do you think, Pedro, about the Chinese cars? I don't have any. I've seen lots of Chinese electric cars go up in flames from the batteries and all, so also I'm not really into electric cars. 15% iced tea? Yeah, you got that about right, Ron. Got to get some more ice in here too. Okay. Ice. There we are. And just get some more tea. That should do it. All right, there we are. A nice pitcher of tea, freshly brewed. Yeah, I'm just not into all that gadgetry and wizardry stuff. I like the old school mechanics, you know. I had a 59 Triumph TR3 going through university, and
Si Inchik famous siya sa Facebook ba?
I don't remember exactly how long it was. Anyway, it has a dual carburetor, the SU carburetors.
Yung nagkasota.
It's a
Wala nang gana.
British system, obviously, so the SU has this needle valve that goes up and down. I actually know how to tune these things now, but for a while one of the carburetors wasn't working right, but still the other one was enough to make it run. And then the starter went out, much like the Land Rover. So again, and again it was winter. So again, for about a month, I hand started that thing, maybe it was 2 weeks, I don't know. Hand started that thing with a hand crank and drove it like that.
Kita ko nga.
We got this little hole that goes through the front bumper into the crank.
Babae pa yan, partida.
Yeah, Ron, well, yeah.
Hindi, ano yan, nag-ano siya. Kasi umiinom sa gym. Iniinom yan sa gym.
I just love old cars. What can I say?
Sabi mo, pupunta pa yan doon.
But yeah.
I think we lost True North Tropics.
Yeah, I just gotta get used
Check
to
out his
it.
channel.
But things are great.
Seems like a cool guy.
People are so friendly. Yeah. Things are good. I'll keep you updated. Cheers.
Sa mga walang tao. Ate yang, doon muna kayo.
Hey, how's it going? So this is the scoop. We're leaving Canada. We sold our house.
Well, Ron, I probably told you this. The reason I bought this model Pajero, it's the last year before the computer stuff. After this model, even the diesels are computerized, right? So this one, if I really had to, I could make fuel with coconut oil. I mean, it would take a lot of coconuts, but I could make fuel with coconut oil, or I could use any waste vegetable oil or anything like that, and this thing would run on it. So, Clifton, welcome. Welcome, bro. So that's why I bought it. It's kind of like a Mad Max end of the world kind of vehicle, so I can make it run if I have to. Of course, you can always keep a stock. Kind of a funny story. Hurricane Katrina, you couldn't get fuel for, I don't remember how long. You couldn't get fuel for quite a while. And so I went to Costco and I just bought these huge, I don't know, 20-liter maybe? These big plastic jugs. I mean, really, you know, they're probably 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet. Vegetable oil, drove into the parking lot, bought the stuff, and I'm dumping it into the tank right in the parking lot, and people are looking at me like, what the heck is he doing? That was an old Mercedes 124, W124 body. Again, the last year before the electronics. And that thing would run on vegetable oil. The 123s were a bit easier to run on veggie oil.
Packed up all our stuff.
Okay. There we are.
Siguro pag ano yan, tumanda siya. Para siya si Kuya Robert.
Pero ano siya, ay, pag sinabi ko, sinasabi ko, ano, nagagalit. Ano yung sasabihin? Sabi, ano talaga siya man, hindi
Have you ever wondered why Jesus let 2,000 pigs drown and how one man can host 6,000 demons? It's one of the most disturbing moments in the Bible. A demon-possessed man living in tombs. 6,000 demons inside one body. And then, without warning, an entire herd of pigs rushes off a cliff into the sea. One simple question that has haunted Christians for 2,000 years. Why? Why would Jesus, the healer, the savior, permit such destruction? Why did the demons beg for pigs instead of just vanishing? And here's the part that will shock you. Why did the whole town, after witnessing this miracle, beg Jesus to leave? Most people read this story and walk away confused. Some even use it to question God's character. But hidden in this violent, chaotic moment are three truths that will reshape everything you thought you knew. A truth about what God values most. A truth about spiritual warfare. And a truth about your freedom. This is Bible
So what's up, Clifton?
Origins, where we don't avoid the difficult passages. We dive into them. If you want biblical
We're 11
teaching
hours
that goes
off.
beyond the basics, subscribe right now and hit me, and I promise you, again, let's begin. Jesus and his disciples had just endured a violent storm on the Sea of Galilee. A storm so fierce that seasoned fishermen thought they would die. But Jesus stood up, rebuked the wind, and commanded the sea, "Peace, be still." Mark chapter 4, verse 39 tells
Yun nga, gusto ko ang kapatid, paglaki mo,
Hmm. Well, Ron, what I know about diesel engines, I mean, I know you're more well versed than I am, but diesel requires a much higher compression, so there's certain fuels that require higher compression. There was a... Dang it, what was that car? There's a guy in the 60s who did something where he vaporized the fuel so that it could run for like, it would get like 100 miles per gallon or something like that, like back in the 60s. Of course, that kind of stuff gets shut down, right? But 19 viewers. 24 now. Come on, guys, let's chat. What do you want to talk about?
Tapos ilang taon ka pa lang nagbe?
Bago ako nagpunta doon, ano lang ako? 16. 2 years ako din eh.
Gago. 13 years old ka.
Hindi,
Kaya na
kahit...
tayo na. Tapos bumalik ka ulit dun, di ba?
Hindi. Isang beses pa lang ako nagpunta ng... Ay, hindi.
Diesel on gas.
Bumalik ka doon. Wait lang, ganito yun.
All right, well, that's territory I don't know anything about, Ron.
Kwento ko sa'yo.
I know that you could put gas in a diesel engine and it'll run really powerfully until it explodes. But as far as a diesel and a gas engine, it doesn't do anything, right? I mean, it won't fire because not enough compression. Nespa? Maybe I'm...
Pati yung mga bibe, kailangan bantayan mo kasi kailangan hindi nila matupa yung mga palay na tinamin. Ako takot na takot ako bukid yan, be. Kahit takot na takot ako, iyak ako mag-isip. Wala na ako. Kahit igles na ako na. Igles na ako na.
us that the wind ceased and there was a great calm. But here's what you need to understand. This wasn't just a boat ride. This was a divine mission. Jesus deliberately crossed that sea.
You can buy kits, okay. Well, it must be something about thinning out the diesel or something, obviously, right?
Braved that storm and sailed straight into Gentile territory, the region of the Gerasenes, foreign soil, ritually unclean land for any observant Jew. Why would the Son of God risk everything to reach enemy territory? Because on the other side, there was a man in desperate need, a man no one else could help, a man living among the dead. The moment Jesus steps ashore, he is met by a horrifying figure. Mark chapter 5, verses 2 and 3. And when Jesus had stepped out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. He lived among the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. Picture this scene. Wild eyes, matted hair, naked body covered in scars, blood and filth, chains dangling from his wrists, broken remnants of failed attempts to restrain him. Mark 5 verse 4. For he had often been bound with shackles and chains, but he wrenched the chains apart, and he broke the shackles in pieces. No one had the strength to subdue him. Superhuman strength. Uncontrollable violence. He was so feared that people avoided the entire region. This man had become a legend of horror in his own community. Verse 5 tells us the worst part. Night and day among the tombs and on the mountains, he was...
Well, Ron, this guy doesn't doesn't get the views of the ladies, huh? Maybe if I wear funny glasses. Of course, now I can't see anything. Those are Jaja's writing glasses.
was always crying out and cutting himself with stones. Every night, his screams echoed off the rocks. Every day he wandered alone, bleeding, weeping, self-destructing. He had lost everything. His home, his family, his name, his mind. The tombs weren't just where he lived. They represented what he believed about himself. Dead, cursed, forgotten. But then Jesus came, not by accident. He crossed a storm-tossed sea on purpose to find the one man no one else would reach. And when that man saw Jesus from a distance, something remarkable happened. Mark 5, verses 6 and 7. And when he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and fell down before him. And crying out with a loud voice, he said, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I adjure you by..."
The expertise in editing and projects. Well, thank you, Ron. Means a lot. My family thinks I'm making wank material or something. I don't know. Not my whole family, but I don't know. It's all they, they see Jaja on the beach in a bikini and they're like, "Oh, you're just trying to get guys excited." It's like, I'm just trying to show life here. I'm showing life here. I'm showing how life is, and that's all. I'm showing what they do. It's what we do. I don't tell them anything about how to dress or how to behave or... Anyway.
My God, do not torment me. He worshipped, yet he screamed.
Yeah, especially in your own family. It's like, if that's what I wanted to do, I wouldn't be on YouTube, would I? I mean, there's so many better websites for that kind of stuff.
He fell at Jesus' feet, yet he begged to be left alone. This is what happens when light invades darkness. The region of the Gerasians, also called the Decapolis, was a confederation of 10 Greek cities.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel.
Pagan practices.
My name's Sarah, and this is Off-Grid Island Family Living. We live in a KUBO, which is a bamboo house, and it's all solar powered. We have rainwater collection, we have well water. We have zero connection to any public or government utility. Hey Bella. Yeah. I can tell you how much watts everything in here uses. The fridge is 60 watts. That fan is 12 watts. That one is 12 watts. The router is 0.03 amps. Yes, Ron. I am, and it's people who rarely or never venture outside of their community. And yeah, but it's really frustrating when you know that that's not your goal or what you're trying to do and you get accused of it. It's pretty annoying.
Sabi niya, punta tayo ng
I mean,
Lithium. Mamimili tayo. Di ako naman, nagbisa naman. Yung ano sabi niya, wag yung ganito, yung ganito. Dress lang ka ako.
Johan van den Broek.
Hapon niya, si Jaja lang natin.
I'm from Oregon, USA, originally, long time ago, and then France, like half and half.
Hiwalay na sila nung jowa niya. Iba na yung ano niya.
But yes, so but a lot of people pick up on the intent of the channel, which is to show an alternative option to living in the Matrix, and a lot of people get it, so that's good.
Nagulat ako, tapos,
South Africa,
tapos,
I thought so.
talaga, parang disrespectful, kasi,
Either that or Netherlands, maybe.
tapos, ilalagay niya ako sa iglesia.
So how are things for you in South Africa?
Sabi niya, parang iniisip niya, pag nilagay ko to sa iglesia, mag-iglesia nito. Kinabukasan, di talaga ako pumasok eh. Isang araw pa lang ako doon binigyan niya ako sandaan.
I have a friend here from South Africa, in Carmen actually. He's building this huge bamboo resort thing, and I keep needing to get over there and do a video, but our communication is always off. It's awesome, cool. Well, that's great. Why? What things about it are awesome? Give us some info. I honestly don't know a lot about South Africa. I lived in Papua New Guinea for a year. I volunteered for a hospital there. So fill us in. What's awesome about it? Interested to hear. So you have to leave South Africa to work? Where do you have to go?
Know anything about the Torah, you know that pigs were strictly forbidden. Leviticus 11 verse 7. And the
Just ice. Melted ice. What's that, Babylicious? Hmm? Oh, you have to go to America? Yeah, that does suck. Well, Ethan, we had a friend, a French chef, who invited us to barbecue, and he found some Filipino beef that was absolutely amazing. He wouldn't tell us where it was from. He said, "Taste this." We're like, "Wow, that's awesome." It's Filipino, so Philippines does have really good beef too.
You're just shame of me.
The opposite.
It's just a shame of me.
You want to go to bed, babe? Say hi. Ron's there.
That's why I said I love you more than you love me.
Come here.
Because you can't love me more than I love you. Right? You have no idea how much I love you.
Yeah. She has good hair. Definitely.
You just don't know.
Aw, the sweetness is nice.
I love you.
I think Jaja's had a little bit of, did you open the second bottle? No? Did you finish, or the first one? Flying back to where? Oh, okay. 7 years. 7 years of marital bliss.
Mm.
You didn't hear all the lovely, sweet things I said on the live video?
On the live.
Yeah.
On the live. How about on real life?
Also,
Say something on real life.
I don't know. We did. Wow, yeah. Okay. Thanks for coming, Johan. Very appreciated. Congratulations, you guys look happy. We are happy.
The pig.
As I said before, I could not imagine a better relationship. And welcome, Juan. Where are you from? Hey, John. How you doing, buckaroo?
Because it parts the hoof but does not chew the cud, is unclean to you. This wasn't just dietary preference. This was covenant law, a sign of separation. Yet here in Decapolis, there was a thriving pig industry. Thousands of pigs, an entire economy built on what God had called unclean. When Jesus crossed that sea, he didn't just cross water.
We're good. So, yeah, how about you, man? What's new?
He crossed a theological line.
We're here in the KUBO, the bamboo house. We're trying to get Jahan's family home finished. Hopefully. Typhoon still going on? No, I don't think so. We had one that was supposed to be like Odette, which destroyed our original house where I'm sitting right now. And then a second one that was 155 miles an hour. Super typhoon. Yeah, this place is nice. I like it. But the super typhoon went more north. So I'm gonna check now because you asked.
Yung para siyang story. Yan. Ano mo yung dati? Story siya.
The new place, yes, it is looking good. You're like an engineer. Everybody, yes. My family is full of engineers. I studied engineering. So, yes, I'm like an engineer. Mechanical. Isn't that right, Ron? So let's check out the typhoon situation. So that one is now headed towards Hong Kong and just south of Taiwan. But this is the one we just missed. Interest in sci-fi? Are you kidding? That's my favorite genre. My favorite genre. There's not a lot of great sci-fi anymore, or hasn't been, or they're very spotty. You're not going to see your daughter? I'm sorry, Johan. Okay. Tell me, John. Sorry, Johan. That sucks. Yeah, it's hard having a family dispersed. Why does everybody keep asking me if I'm an engineer? You haven't seen her in 8 years? Wow. I have a son in France, and I see him once a year. Actually, last year was twice a year, which is pretty cool. Ugh, freaking cockroach.
Pero hindi tayo ano,
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
bihira lang tayo yung
That's a tough one.
maiiyak sa kakatawa, no? Parang ano kasi tayo eh, parang
Yeah, Dune. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Dune was all right.
siguro matatawa lang tayo.
As far as sci-fi,
Tao yung
have you ever seen Moon?
ugog, tutulog
And that's
na.
it. Moon.
Wag kayong ano. Kasi ako
Check it out.
matatawa lang talaga ako ng sobra. Kapag
There's
yung
lots.
pa-
I mean,
ano, yung kasama ko.
we could talk sci-fi for hours, but
Nakakahawa. Ganon. Pati ako maiiyak.
she has two brothers.
nakakahawa. Kasi yan, alam mo naman yung tawa ko.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I do. I definitely feel you. No doubt about that.
Ganun ako. Tawan-tawa na ako pa rin. Tawa ko.
Oh yeah, I think it's 2009
Ang hirap ang
2009 or 2019. Hold on.
Adapt sa iba na. Uy, natatawa na ako. Tangina yun, tumawa kayo. Inang yan. Pero siguro
9 2009. Check it out. Moon.
ganon.
Check it out. It actually.
Kaya insecurities.
Yeah.
din yun.
Check
Gusto
it
ko
out.
matutunan yung tatay.
That one done by Disney, and I'm not a big Disney fan at all.
Kaya nga
but-
kayo, pag dalawa kayo.
Yun ang yun. Si Ayat, grabe to
Yung kahit wala pang
What was it
sasabihin.
called? There was one done by Disney. They spent a lot of money making it. It didn't do very well in the box office,
Sabi ko
but
sa-
I thought it was actually really amazing. Something about Mars and it's a name of a person. John
Sabi ko,
something. Something like that.
Ganda yung ano, kaya sinasabi rin ng mga, si Dick lang talaga nagsabi sa'yo na,
Wind trap? I don't know what that means.
Kaya bang yan, pagka nagkukwento yan sa amin ng abot sa'yo.
Okay.
Hindi mo na naman naalala. Sabi ko, bakit? Yung baklang kaya ano, shota
Robert?
ni, hindi yung baklang shota ni Kuya Robert.
I'll find it here.
Tama, si Manuel nagsabi.
Si
I
Kuya
think.
Robert nagsabi-
John Carter.
sabi niya,
I got it. John Carter.
Manuel na.
Now that I thought was also a surprisingly good movie.
Hala,
Yeah, that's right.
si Dick
Yep.
yan eh.
Manuel.
That was actually a surprisingly good movie.
Tayo.
Hindi. Ano yun?
A
Mag-iinom
planet
ka lang
spray
tayo
bottle?
nun.
I don't know what that means.
Ng alak,
Oh, plant spray.
sabi niya pa.
Yeah, I suppose. Yep, John Carter. I thought that was a surprisingly good movie. Yeah. Obviously, love all the old Star Wars. I saw the originals back in the 70s in theaters. Absolutely can't stand Jar Jar Binks. Uh,
FO na tayo. Halak na.
Ano, FO?
uh, there's another one called Her, Her, with the guy with the cleft palate surgery thing.
Oo.
Her. That's another really good one,
Turns over yung bed.
or in my opinion, anyway.
Kuya mo?
Wala
Yeah. Kuya mo?
There's lots of ones about female robot stuff that I like. Her, 2013.
Ano nga, yung mo pa?
Para masarap.
Oh yeah, Jacqueline Phoenix. That's a good one.
Salamat ka, di ka lang pinapayagan ni Kuya Robert. Ni Kuya
Yes,
Elmer,
John,
mga
ask a
soft
question,
drinks.
please.
Ako kahit di ako mahilig sa soft drinks, nagkayuta ay talaga. Hindi. Ay talaga ako sa maalat. Maalat, maasim. Favorite combination ko yung maalat sa maasim. Alam mo eh, nasa Malolos ako nun. Alam mo isang sukang ganon? Bibili ako nun. Yung datot puti na suka, isang ganyan. Tapos
Okay.
kukuha ako ng asin, lalagay ko sa mangkok. So ako hihigupin.
I'm not a big fan of politicians, but
Dati. Ayan. Sabi sa'yo,
I mean, there's so many. I liked Fifth Element,
pag wala sila tita ko na sasabihin.
Tron. I'm a big fan of Tron. I also like,
Kung ano yung gusto mo.
well, 1984, Brazil.
Ano, may asin?
What was that other one?
Maglalakad tayo mula hanggang sa pwesto. Hello.
Ano yung nagsisimba?
Hindi, dati. Maghanap tayo ng puro ng mangga kaya sampalo. Kasi uso pa yung mga mangga sampalo.
No, dang it. Another one.
Ano ba tayo nangunguha nun?
What would happen in engineering terms if you hung a garbage bag and then sprayed it with a plant spray bottle?
Hindi, naghahanap lang tayo. Pero wala naman.
Would the wind slow as the wind passed over the bag?
Sorry, pinat yung doon sa may...
Tapos yung ano ba yung tawag dun? Ano ba yung star apple dun?
Yes, it would slow.
Hindi, star fruit. Ano ba yun?
Star apple yung kanina ito.
Ay mo ito, star
Star
apple.
apple nga tawag doon.
Ay, star apple.
Sabihin mo pa eh, porque nagbabasa.
Hold on, bear with me 1 second, please.
Ano eh? Pero saksak.
Grabe, no? Mamumuro tayo sa Santo Cristo.
Star fruit, saka na ng star fruit. Ano yung star fruit? Ano? Star na prutas? Baka yung balimbing. Balimbing ka sa akin eh.
Star apple na. Oh.
Sabihin mo yung star fruit.
Kasi ano ba yung apple? Ano kasi mangga?
Di ba apple, bilog? Ayun.
Star apple, ano?
Di ba iyan, bilog? Yung kayo may ito bilog. Pag yung hinati mo sa gitna, di ba parang pa-star yung may mga part ng motor. Dati na yung star apple. Ang inang niya, napakapangit na kwentuhan ng childhood. Ayun ka. Ang tag dito?
Alam ko na kasi.
Yung ano, yung sinama tayo yung sa may pulang bahay. Pag isa lang yung isang natutulog. Kami sa bahay natin siya natutulog. Alala mo pa yun, umiilig pa ako sa bahay.
Gago ah. Hindi ka pa nun sa kama.
Hindi ako naglaba pa nga tayo ng bedsheet. Tapos, bago ako maihinon, nagkwento ka. Sabi mo ka.
Ow!
Oh!
Ah, classic. Ow, that hurt. Oh, I mean, no, that felt good. Yikes.
Kasi ano,
Okay, so
Takot tayo kasi
nagkwento ka noon. Nagbabasa siya ng diaryo.
okay, so that's basically the function of a wing of an airplane, right? The bottom of the wing is flat, the top is curved, because as the wind goes over the top, it creates a vacuum suction which pulls it up. A lot of people think the wing is actually pushing up, but no, it's actually pulling up, right?
Kaya nga inulit ko sinabi ko.
Correct?
Tama, tatlo tayo magkatabi.
Well, if you have
Ah, ikaw,
a
ako.
bag full of, wait, what did you say?
Nakaupo pa. Ganyan pa nga ng salamin yan pang may grado.
Oh, garbage bag. You didn't say it was full.
Sabi mo pa naman.
Oh, the garbage bag. Hmm. If you held a garbage bag, well, which direction? Is it like this? Is it perpendicular or horizontal to the spray?
Putik na yan. Parang tanga, puta.
mahila wala.
Between trees like a sheet, and you spray towards the plastic bag, the plastic bag is going to block it somewhat. Yeah?
Magbabasa ba siya naka-flashlight? Eh, mailaw naman.
Flying a kite.
Hindi siya nag-ilaw. Kasi matutulog na, nakahiga na tayo.
Well, flying a kite is different than an airplane wing because it is pushing up because it's angled against the wind to go up. That's a different,
Ba yung sa kanya naka-ano yung ilaw, tas yung ano na naka-ano sa dingding.
all right, John, I'm definitely interested, but can we concise this a bit?
Ay, matatakotin ako ng time na yun. Alam mo ba, simula nung bata pa tayo, ikaw lang talaga pinahahawakan ko. Oo, promise. Alam mo, ito yung kanto ko sa'yo. Okay ng ina mo.
Right. Okay, Ron, but you're still doing the same thing. You're still creating a vacuum on the top of the wing. So,
Pinahawakan ko.
right?
Alam mo kung bakit? una, di ba, umiiyak ka sa banig? Sabi mo.
Hey, John.
Kasi, di ba, sumasama tayo sa mga youth camp, mga ganyan. Ano,
Physically, what
siyempre,
happens when you burn
sama-sama
yourself?
natutulog yun.
I mean, on the ground level, what's happening?
Yan ang sinasabi ko sa'yo, makakalimutin ka. Alam mo,
The
yung
energy
sabi ko
from
sa
the
akin,
wind being utilized.
siyempre, anak ka nga ni Lord.
Okay.
Anak ka ni Lord, di ba? Perfect ka eh.
Well, your brainstorming is way beyond my brainstorming right now.
Alam mo,
Just having some iced tea, having a little live chat.
sabihin mo lang,
My wife is outside with her best friend.
hindi ako ibig sa
They're having a Budokan chat. Kind of funny. Took him to town today, and they're talking and laughing, and people are looking at them like, "Where are these guys from?" Kind of funny.
bago ka matulog, sabi ko, hindi ako ibig sa banig, hindi ako ibig sa banig. Ganyan. Oh, tanga na, post mo ulit. Para mapahiya ko.
But what happens when you burn yourself?
Ka, ha? Ganyan ka eh. Tapos, sabi ko,
On the most basic level, what happens?
kasi nagtitiwala talaga ako sa'yo, be. Oh, edi ano, na yan. Promise, yung sinabi mo na yun, effective. Hindi ako naihi sa banig.
Wow.
Ayun na.
Kala ko naihi ka eh.
Well, John, I'm sure you have reason.
Ilang araw inulit ko.
I'm not questioning that at all.
Bago ako
Just not
matulog,
totally
sinabi
following the.
mo na, sa bago ako matulog, sabi mo sa
I
sarili
mean,
mo,
the bag thing. So there's a screen here
promise, be, effective. Hanggang
that would
sa
buffer wind
nagkaedad na ako,
and slow it down coming
bago
through.
ulit yun. Simula nang kinwento mo yun. Yun yung
And
nagkaedad
also on the
ko.
roof of this KUBO is more of this, holding down the roofing material, which is made out of grass, basically.
Hindi ko na natandaan.
Right?
Yan, ganyan ka.
Matagal na kasi
Beyond
tayo
that,
nag-live.
I don't know.
Tas ako lang makakaalala, porque nandito pa rin ako sa
Ang ina na kasi,
No, your body doesn't start to no.
Sa iba na kasi.
No, a burn. Like, what is a burn? Like, a lot of people think a burn is just like your skin is on fire, right? But that's not what it is. It's your molecules are being excited at a rate that they become disorganized, and that's what the burn is. The burn is a disorganization of molecules, which similar to I mean, that's how a microwave works, right? A microwave is negative and positive repeating again and again and again to make the molecules, to excite the molecules, so that the friction between the molecules is what heats the food, right?
Kasi ko lang din nalaman yan. Kapag nag-pray ka,
And watch our viewership go down, down, down in the burning ring of fire. That's fine, I don't care.
yun nga yun.
I'm not doing this for viewership.
Hindi ano,
I don't do anything for viewership, really. I try to make interesting content that people might like to watch, and if they don't like to watch it, that's fine. And if they do, that's great.
Matagal din.
Kasi ano, kung gaano kalaki yung planting mo.
Arigato kamsahamnida. Sumimasen. Ipan biiru kudasai. Koda wa no desu ka? Or tode wa no desu ka?
Alam ko,
Tode wa dosku desu.
tapos nung,
Ichiban.
sabi ko, Lord, siguro, alam mo naman kung sino yung taong pinagkakatiwalaan ko talaga. Sabi ko, siguro sa kanya din siguro ako makakaano. Anong tawag dito? Siya rin siguro yung makakatulong sa akin. Yung parang ganon. Ganun yung laging tinapatak sa utak. Lalo na kapag
Anyway, welcome to the channel from Japan. Love Japan.
nakatulala na lang ako. Habang nakatulala na
I think Japanese people have it pretty hard.
Sa pag, hanggang sa part na namamaga na lang yung mata ko. Ganun. Promise, kahit tanong mo kay Lord, hindi ka nawawala talaga.
Ako?
Hindi ko alam. Pero siguro ganun na lang ako kadali ng tampo. Putik na yun ako.
Bakit? Nagtampo ka sa akin?
I'm familiar with the theory of entropy.
Hanggang ngayon?
Hindi, nakaraan lang.
Bakit?
All right. Well, John, I'm not following. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm trying. Why does Jollibee not have honey as a condiment?
Hindi ako nung
Because it's natural.
nakakabilib ko kasi magkip-kip. Lalo sa tagtutag ko lang. Talaga makakalimutan.
No, that's good, John. I'm not opposed to it at all. I just don't follow everything you're saying, but
Kailangan tutulong mo na ulit.
yes, I do have some engineering background, but
Inaano ba kita? Hindi ko nga alam, gabi.
honey would be way too natural for Jollibee. They can only sell chemicals.
Pag ako guban niya sa'yo, iiyak ka dyan. Tignan mo.
Like all fast food is designed to shorten your lifespan.
Isang tulak mo nga lang sa akin, bali yung leg.
Population reduction.
Tangina, malit talaga sa
Sana
akin,
ka
gago.
na ngayon. Nagising mo yung anak ko. Tangina, umabot sa anak ko yung palo mo. Busit na to. Tingnan mo yung daliri. 1, 2, 3, 4. Asa yung lalaki dyan? Dapat ganun eh.
30. We have 30 viewers now. Yes. 30. Oh. Jaja gets 200 in an hour. Most people think a campfire isn't us choosing to affect the weather in a positive way. Having a fire is against the entropy. Bad weather might be adjustable. But a campfire is not against entropy because entropy means things are moving to form into a more simpler existence, right? Okay.
Natatawa lang ako sa init ko ng timer. Tumugid nga.
Papalaruin ko to sa pusa. Bigyan ko ng tips yung pusa.
Adjusting the circumstances, but I don't understand how a campfire can affect the weather.
Pacifier niya, baka nasa mall.
Stepped into a place where God's law was being openly violated for
A fire makes more sense in winter. Yeah, suppose it does. Because you're adjusting to the climate, so you need a fire to stay warm. Ah! Wife, sister, I don't know. Not my business.
Ba't pala may maskara akong kamukha ng mukha mo? Para pag pinatulog ko, kamukha mo yung mukha mo.
Customize. Lips na.
26 viewers. Ron, we just can't get past can't get more than 30 viewers, can we?
Oo, nagago kanina pa yan. Napaka...
Hindi ko pa nga
Yeah, John. Well, interesting, but I'm slightly lost here. Oh, 31. 32. Well, actually, 32 likes, 31 viewers. Yeah, maybe if you send me a presentation, that'd be a little more helpful. I need some visuals.
Magkano tampo, gabi?
Single girls get views. Yeah, I know. They're busy. They're having a chat. They're doing the girl chat outside, so. Elevator pitch. Okay. So you fill a basin with water until it lifts the elevator. And then you want the elevator to go down, so you open a valve and drops the water out. Calculated, of course.
Pwede rin yun? Pwede rin yun? Ano yun?
Of course, if there's a problem with the valve actuator system, you could be looking at a skyrocket situation, which may not be entirely.
Sinasabi ko.
No money is clearing the environment.
Tangay lasing natin
Yeah,
kasi
well.
ako noon. Wala, ganyan ka.
The prophet. Now, before we go further, let me address something that confuses many readers. Matthew chapter 8, verse 28 says, there were two demon-possessed men, not one. Mark and Luke focus on one. Why the difference? This isn't a contradiction. It's an emphasis. Matthew, writing to a Jewish audience, mentions both men, which may reflect the legal principle in Deuteronomy 19:15.
Play on words? I'm not smart enough for play on words right now.
That
I don't know.
establish
Try me.
truth at the mouth of two witnesses. Mark and Luke, writing to Gentile audiences, focus on the spokesman, the one whose transformation is narrated in detail. Different gospel writers, different audiences, different emphasis. Same event, same power, same Jesus. Keep this context in mind. Jesus has entered a region that profits from breaking God's law, where pigs...
Kasi isip ko yung time na sinabi mo, hindi mo kasi kailangan mo pa mag-adjust, kailangan mo pang malasing para lang
Yeah, single girls get views.
Hindi ibig sabihin, hindi mo kalala.
Not some dude drinking iced tea.
are the economic foundation, and he's about to expose an entire system built on disobedience. Mark 5, verse 8. For he was saying to him, come out of the man, you unclean spirit. Jesus doesn't raise his voice. He simply commands with authority, but the spirits resist. So Jesus asked the question, verse 9, and Jesus asked him, what is your name? He replied, my name is Legion, for we are many. Why did Jesus ask? He's omniscient. He already knew. But this question wasn't for Jesus. It was for the witnesses, for us. Because what's about to be revealed is the staggering magnitude of this man's torment. Legion, it's Latin, Roman military terminology. A legion consisted of 4,000 to 6,000 soldiers, organized, strategic, brutal. This man wasn't dealing with one demon. He was occupied by an entire army of darkness, thousands of spirits warring for control inside one fragile soul. No wonder he screamed day and night. No wonder chains couldn't hold him. This wasn't oppression. This was an invasion. And yet, despite their number, despite their collective strength, all of them together trembled before Jesus. The demons may have been many, but Jesus is matchless. Even their spokesman recognized him, Son of the Most High God, not a teacher, not a prophet, Son of the Most High God. Even demons have correct theology. James 2:19 says, even the demons believe and shudder. Then comes the plea. Verse 10, and he begged him earnestly not to send them out of the country. Out of the country. Not just out of the man. They didn't want to leave the region. Why? Verses 11 and 12.
Stink
Now
bug.
a great herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside, and they begged him, saying, send us to the pigs. Let us enter them. They begged earnestly.
Well, Ron, we're down to
desperately.
18
These
viewers
spirits
now.
who had terrorized a man and ruled a region were now whimpering like prisoners before a judge. Why pigs? Because demons prefer embodiment. Even in animals, even in unclean swine. Why? Because the alternative is worse. Luke 8 verse 31 clarifies, and they begged him not to command them to depart into the abyss. The abyss. A place of imprisonment for fallen angels, awaiting final judgment. The demons knew Jesus had the authority to send them there immediately, before their time, and they were terrified, so they begged for pigs. Better to occupy unclean animals
39
than
likes,
face the
Ron.
torment of the abyss. Here's where it gets profound. Verse 13, so he gave them permission. Why? Why would Jesus allow 2,000 pigs to be destroyed?
You think we got any subs
Three
out of this?
reasons. First, deliverance must be visible. For too long, this man's torment was invisible. People saw the symptoms, but couldn't see the source. When those
Si Aaron may gamit, ingat yan. Parang sabi ko, mas, ingat ka ako lang si Aaron may
Love chatting. 1029. Have to handle some
Sabi niya,
AM business. Enjoy.
hindi, tsaka hindi.
You too, Pedro. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Nakakatakot. Sabi ko pa, kasi nakakatakot. Sabi niya, hindi, okay lang naman yung gamitin niya, basta ingatan nila. Sabi niya pa. Yun yung sabi niya. Hindi, Grace, ayun, hindi ko pinatry kahit alam ko.
pigs rushed down the steep bank and drowned in the sea, everyone saw the magnitude of what this man had been enduring. Evil became undeniable. Second, this was judgment on an economy built on disobedience. Those pigs represented a thriving industry in violation of God's law. When Jesus permitted their destruction, he was declaring that no economic system, no matter how profitable, is worth more than obedience to God. Third, Jesus was proving a point. One human soul is worth more than 2,000 pigs, more than an entire economy, more than comfort, more than profit. The swineherds fled and told everyone. The whole town came out. And what did they find? Mark 5, verse 15. They came to Jesus and saw the demon-possessed man, the one who had the legion, sitting there clothed and in his right mind. And they were afraid, clothed in his right mind, sitting peacefully with Jesus. This was the same man who had terrorized them for years. Now he was whole. You'd think they'd celebrate. You'd think they'd fall at Jesus' feet. But verse 17 tells us something tragic. And they began to beg Jesus to depart from their region. They chose pigs over people, profit over presence, familiarity over freedom. They saw the power of God and sent him away because they feared what else he might change. And friends, many still do the same today. The man who had been
People don't want God
begged
to change.
Jesus to let him come along. But Jesus said no. Mark the 5, verse 19. Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you. This is the only time in the Gospels that Jesus refused someone who wanted to follow him. Why? Because this man had a unique mission. Jesus was leaving Gentile territory.
Anyone want to talk
but the gospel
theology?
needed to stay, so Jesus commissioned him. Tell them what I did for you. And that's exactly what he did. Verse 20. And he went away and
Theology,
began to
guys?
proclaim in
Anyone?
the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. And everyone marveled. This man went through the 10 cities of Decapolis, a large...
Skill, hey man, I will chime in. Been out here for a few months. Found your land lease idea a while back. Intriguing. Any takers? Yeah, but it's not it's not the big thing that I thought it could be. The idea behind it was that foreigners wouldn't have to depend on a Filipino for their
Ako naman, kung napipili
right to live on some land.
kasi
Obviously, they would have to get their visa and stuff, but for example, relationships, yeah.
talaga ako.
Starting into a new relationship, it might be challenging to put all your eggs in that basket and have it blow up in your face kind of thing. So I thought, do a lease, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. And regardless of what happens romantically, they still have a right to be there. They can still be there. And yeah, we have someone interested. And whether it happens or not is not a big deal. Like, it's fine either way.
Ikabubuti namin. Ano siya, parang
Yeah. So, yeah, we have someone interested in leasing
ganyan, parang masaya.
450 square meters.
Rihanna!
So, yeah. I just don't think it's not a big business thing. And that's not the point of it anyway. We have lots of extra land here.
Parang makasarili siya.
We're gonna do chickens, probably some pigs maybe.
Patay,
Community garden is the goal. We really want to assist the local community in being able to provide for their families without being dependent on markets and money. So
gusto pag naghihiwa.
we'll see how that goes though. I mean, that's one of the biggest questions I've had here. And I've asked my wife several times, like, why don't more Filipinos
Hindi ko sabi.
grow stuff?
Ganun lang siya
They have all this land. Obviously, they're growing a lot of rice, but
Sabi mo,
they have houses with land that's growing nothing. Why don't they grow food on it? I don't know. Selling coconuts. Yeah, we have a few coconut trees here, and we have a guy a family man who rents a motorcycle to come here. Well, not just to come here, but he goes around the area and he buys coconuts from people. He says, I'll climb your tree, I'll take the coconuts, I'll pay you, I think it's 7 pesos a coconut, something like that. We don't charge him. He comes here, we just say, take what you want, whatever. He pays 150 pesos for the motorcycle with, I think, 2 boys, if I remember correctly. It's in one of my videos. And then he sells them at the market. Yeah. But I mean, there's so much more you could do with the land,
bagay na parang mawala ka sa kanya. Tapos kapag ka naman na parang nano ka na, okay ka na, komportable ka na ulit, yung parang ayaw mo na ulit siya mawala sa
Yeah.
Saka naman siya,
Okay, there's a lot of interesting crops.
magiging ganun yung parang,
Yeah, so mushrooms, interesting, because someone asked me the other day, like, can you get mushrooms? And it's like, they show up at the market rarely. I don't know. Papayas, man, we have so many papaya trees. I grow them everywhere. So we eat a papaya, we throw the seeds along the fence line, and we have trees.
ganun yung magiging
They grow pretty easy.
parang ganun.
But I can't wrap my mind around why
Ikaw yung nakakaramdam
more Filipinos are not growing stuff on their own land. I mean, okra, eggplant, some chickens. We gave a hen to Jahan's mom. Jahan's the girl with the surgery. I don't know if you're following that or not, but a girl with birth defects. So one hand was a ball, the other hand was stuck like this. So one of our subscribers paid for the surgery. So now she has maybe 60% use here and 100% here, I would say, or 90.
Sabi kami ng mga bagay na ayaw ko sa kanya, na ayaw niya sa akin, gano'n.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my goal. I mean, the goal is to, like, Let's grow stuff. So anyway, we gave him a hen, and we said, now the thing is, you can't eat it. You have to let it reproduce. You have to let it produce eggs and stuff, and they're doing it. They still have the hen, and the hen has, I don't know, 4 chickens or so, baby chicks. That's the goal. Hey Angel, welcome to our humble channel. Well, the length of the lease, I mean, I said 10 years minimum. After that, it's up to you. 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. So, good morning from the Bay Area. Thanks for coming, Alvin. I mean, definitely mushrooms are awesome. Love them. How to grow them here? I mean, they need to be in the dark. It's very sunny. Humidity, we have that. Soil, we have that. Lots of carabao. I mean, I can walk over here and grab lots of carabao poop. I'm already doing composting. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. I told Jahan's mom, I'm like, you can grow anything you want here, and you can use it to feed your family. Tomatoes, okra, eggplant, onions, garlic, ginger, easy. Sweet potatoes are easy. Regular potatoes we could do as well. I don't know. I'm growing lots of chilies. That's my thing. I like chili peppers. I make my own hot sauce, which is quite yummy.
Region.
Mostly Sinning Demonio, demon chili. But I also have, I think I have some Reaper, some Ghost. What else? Reaper, I don't know. Habanero. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm totally into it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's motivation, or I don't know. I don't get it. That's one thing I really don't get. You know, my wife is from Bulacan, and they often don't have food, and it's like they've got all this. They got lots of land. Why don't they grow stuff? Why don't they grow stuff? I don't know. I don't know. So, but we're trying to do a community garden, and hopefully, and I mean, you know, not be dependent on the market. We have about 25 chickens. Obviously, that could multiply rapidly. Ducks. Yeah. Oh yeah? Yeah, I have this hot sauce. It's called Turbo 911. It's not here now, but anyway. I use it on every lunch, every dinner. It's a mix of calamansi, garlic, red onion, pepper, vinegar, salt, and it preserves forever. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. Ducks. Yeah, got to have a pond, but yeah, I'm into that too. We got enough land for that as well. I've been watching you for a minute, and I'm planning to move to the Philippines soon. Thank you for your video. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Money voice. Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, ducks are awesome. You gotta have a pond though. And then the other thing is, duck poop is like incredible fertilizer, as well as chicken poop. What? Are you guys done? Okay. From the San Francisco Bay Area. Here's the old ball and chain right there. Huh? No. Bonita, last time I was in the US, I mentioned to my wife, I said, you know what? I would be willing to consider living in the US if we lived off grid. And she said, no, I don't want to live there at all. So, nope. And I have no interest either. Yeah, I gotta love that. I have a family visa, 13A married visa. And we have a beautiful baby boy, Andre. Andre, tu viens d'où? Tu parles français? Tu parles français ou pas? The ACR? Yeah. The ACR is kind of a... It'll allow you to like open a bank account, get a driver's license, but it's... Yeah. I mean, I actually did some of that without an ACR. Just depends on how you talk to people, I think, sometimes. Hey, babe. Did you see what I did with my ring? Well, I kept cutting this one because it's so sharp. So I put it on my ring finger. Now I'm double married. What?
Aww.
Because look at this one. It kept getting cut again and again. And I was like, I'm done. And I do have a Filipino driver's license. My wife is in her late 20s.
Almost 30.
Almost 30. They don't start showing age until mid-30s, I think. And she's going to become an old battle
Until
axe.
50.
Huh?
Until 50.
Until 50? Really? Okay. I feel like an electrical charge. Wow, yeah.
Tignan mo yung langit, be. Labas ka. Tignan mo yung buwan, tsaka yung langit. Tignan mo.
No, I'm done with the West. Yep, we got a beautiful baby boy.
Ganda, no?
Our son is 5, and he's absolutely... He's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Smart, funny, sweet, kind. Extremely bullheaded, though. Coming up on 7 years, yeah. Andre, tu viens d'où? Where are you from, Andre? Yeah. I mean, just turned 30. Perhaps we'll meet you soon. We're looking for a place to live, a hall. Dude, you know what, Skell? We are always open to meeting people from our channel. We always have when they come. And we've always had a great time. Never any weird vibe, nothing. Always cool. So yes, let us know. Denmark, okay. Because your name with the accent, I thought maybe French, but then again, Nielsen would not be French, but So, yeah. Yeah, the West is, my dad is in France. Okay. What part? Decent note. Yeah, you have to give us notice because we're always like doing something. So let us know at least 3 weeks before, if possible. Bahal is it. Bahal is it. The thing is, Skill, like, if you miss Western food or foreigner food, not just Western, you go to Alona, very good Thai food. Obviously, great Chinese, lots of Korean, several Italian, steak places, Mexican. I mean, I know the best of all here. So if we get the urge, we go to the beach. We drive. We go down there. Oh, Monaco. Okay. Fancy. Yeah, so we get the urge for Western food. We just drive down. And then we come back here, peace and quiet, do our garden stuff, chickens, off-grid. I'm not from Canada. Yes, I speak French because I lived in France for 20 years. Donc, je parle français, oui. Un club bitch. No, un petit peu quoi. But yeah. Scale, if you want to bring some food, bring some French saucisson. Pretty please with sugar on top. French saucisson. This is really funny. So the first time I went to Singapore and Malaysia, I was meeting a French colleague, and he said, "Can you bring saucisson?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I guess. Why not?" So I brought like, I don't know, 10. I brought a lot, and he was so happy, and now I get it. Saucisson is the one you like, babe. The dried sausage one? Yeah. Yeah, it's, that's the one thing for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can find cheese here. But the one I really like is the French mimolette. So, you can't find that here. Or, I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. Can you? Interesting. Maybe. Normally when my son visits from France, he brings it. Obviously, anything like that is very expensive here. Nah. Looks kind of tough to find. Where are you from, Scale? Oh, San Francisco Bay Area. I'm sure you can find it, though. Just go to, like, a French shop. Oh, forget the cheese. The cheese is fine. Saucisson, though. That'd be awesome. If you could bring some saucisson, you're in, bro. Saucisson is a dried sausage. It's usually made, well, it's always made in the driest parts of France. Spanish have something similar. Italians too. But for me, it's going to have to be French. So, yeah, don't worry about the cheese. Just a saucisson. Wow, babe, I'm up to 34 viewers. I think that's my maximum. Yeah. Nah, no Mimolet. Yeah, you can't find it here. Yeah, Yuan was pretty far north, near Baguio, so I don't know what the death toll is now, but last I heard it was like 260 something. I'm sure that's gone up. I'm sure lots of houses completely gone. Lots of homeless, probably now. The one we went through that was the strongest for us was like days before that. Babe, what was that? Oh, Tino. Tino. That's the one that was like close to us. And 45-mile-an-hour winds. We were here in the KUBO, the bamboo house. Lots of fun noises and stuff, but we were all right. I don't know what that 1.4 meter displaced. Don't know what that means, bro. But yeah, if you want to come and hang out, sounds good. No problem.
Publicly proclaiming his transformation, and people must.
Yeah. It's not Tino. That's the other one. That's Fong Wong. What is the one, babe? What's the typhoon right now that just
No
passed?
typhoon. Uwan.
Oh,
Uwan.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not Tino. It's Uwan. Million people. What? Yeah, Fong Wong, Uwan Fong Wong. Yeah. So a million people. What? Last I heard was like 262 fatalities. You look like Shangbin from Straight. You know what? I've heard that before. Okay, let's look that guy up again. Oh yeah, it's a Korean K-pop guy, right? Yeah, babe. They keep saying I look like this guy. It's not the first time.
Ew.
It's not the first time.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, just
It's
let me
enough
finish.
already.
Let me finish.
You don't need to finish it.
I will finish. Let me finish. Come here now.
You will finish?
Well, yeah.
Go.
Come.
No, I don't want to finish when you want to finish. We don't finish ours.
Do I look like this guy?
I want to talk about that.
Huh? Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna be end of this live.
Not the beard. This is the life.
Nope, Polk County never did have a typhoon. All right, guys. Yep, I guess so. Ron heard that loud and clear. Spanish, let's see. How often did Carlos... All right, well, anyway, yeah. If you want to come over, we can hang out, no problem.
Marveled, not at his
Yeah, you're right, Ron. 1 now. We never lived in Dumaguete. We went there a couple times to hang out with Gilai and Untold Stories and John of Pure Philippines. So we hung out with them. Never lived there. Been there several times. It's great for a couple weeks. All right.
Not at his training.
Well, I do have to pee first, and then, yep. All right, Ron. It's tomorrow now. Well, my Latin isn't quite good enough. Is it Carlos? Pinu? Carlos is becoming. Okay, I'm just gonna have to pee and then, yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming. Any last words before I say goodbye? All right, good night, Ron. I'm coming, babe. Just let me say goodbye in an appropriate way, yeah? Ron says goodnight, babe. Babe, Ron says goodnight. Babe.
And what Jesus had done, he didn't have.
KO. Yes, I do have to pee. All right, guys. Nighty-night. Bonne nuit. Merci bien pour venir. La petite chaîne son connexion de grid, quoi. All right, guys. Bye-bye. I don't even know how to stop this. Oh, that. All right, Ron. Thanks. Oh, Larry showed up too late. You love Ron, babe? Did you see that, Ron? Jaja loves you? Wow. Interesting. Oh, now you're calling Ron daddy? All right, bye, guys.